Hi there. I have been asked to take a video lecture on chemistry. But before I delve into the subject at hand, I would like to introduce myself to the expert panel over there. Um, some of the things I am going to say now, you already might be knowing from my CV, but I would like to add up some certain other facts to that. Now, my name is Fawaz Shafi Mahmood. I hail from Kasaragod, which is a small district in Kerala, which is southern part of India. About my qualification, I did my elementary study in Kerala, and after third standard, I went abroad to UAE. I completed my schooling till 10th standard over there, and after that, I came back to Kerala to complete my higher secondary education. And during my 12th standard, when the board exam results were out, I found that I was the topper among the boys in in mathematics. And after that, I went for a coaching for the entrance exam, which is required for the admission to BTech. And in that entrance exam, I secured good enough marks to get into one of the most prestigious colleges in Kerala by the name of TKM College of Engineering. Now, during my BTech, I secured a first rank in engineering mathematics 1 among the mechanical engineering students with a score of 99 percentage. Then after my BTech, I went on for coaching in GATE exam, which is an entrance exam required for the admission to MTech. And by the grace of God, I should say, I secured an All India rank of 280, which is considered a good rank because I even got a selection into IIT, which is one of the most prestigious colleges in India itself. And I pursued MTech in design of machine elements over there. At present, I am working as a faculty in PA College of Engineering, situated in Mangalore. For the past 3 years, I have been teaching engineering students. I also teach students who are aspirants for GATE, and also I have experience in teaching physics to 11th and 12th students at Mindload Education, which is situated in Kasargod. And I have also been a faculty at Brilliant Tutorials. So in and all, I have 3 years of experience teaching engineering students and around 6 months experience teaching 11th and 12th students also. Now, uh, in a short video like this, a video of such a small duration, it's very hard to understand the teaching methodology of a person. So first of all, before I start teaching, I would like to talk about the teaching methodology I follow. First of all, I I believe that teaching and advising is not a thing that people like. People don't like being taught or advised to. People like narratives, storytellings. So I believe in I believe that the teaching should be a fun, it should be fun for the students. We understand certain things by examples. So I believe that examples should be put forward to the students, and also the real life applications of these things, these concepts that are being taught, should be taught to the students. I myself have experienced that when I was learning mathematics, I used to think we are learning Fourier series, or we are learning certain other integration, differentiation. I was thinking, where is it used? Where will it be used? Okay. But when I came to engineering, I found that for many of the things that I learned in the 12th standard was utilized in engineering, and in design also, in designing many mechanical equipments and certain other things, many of the concepts were utilized. And in electronic engineering, you will be learning Fourier series. When we learned Fourier series, we did not know why we are learning this. So I believe that the students should be taught not only the concepts, but the application of the concepts in real life. That's one thing. So we should make the narrative fun. usually we understand with examples. Let me take an example. If we have a food which is very dry, so what will happen is it will be very hard to swallow it. But if the food is very wet, then it would be easy to swallow. The narrative should be in such a way that it is wet. That is, the students should be able to swallow the knowledge or the information. And one more thing I believe is, even if you have made the narrative very, very, informative or very pleasant to listen to, uh, there are two methods of teaching. What I believe is, the one method is a radio method, which I call, and the other method is telephone method. Now, radio method, you never talk back to a radio. Radio talks to you. You never talk back to a radio. If you talk back to a radio, you will be sent to an asylum. But to telephone, you talk back. You hear from the telephone and you talk back to a telephone, right? And that's how our teaching should be. It's not that we should be talking, we should be the only persons talking in the class. Obviously, when we talk, we should be the only persons talking. Otherwise, it would seem like a marketplace. So, but we should not be the only persons to talk. We should talk and let the students talk back to us. That is, we should make an atmosphere in such a way that they should not feel, they should feel freedom to ask us any questions. I have seen many faculties, what they do is they become a very strict person in the class, and they don't entertain any sort of questions, and they don't, they ridicule the students when they ask some doubts. So because of that, they will not ask any doubts, so the faculty is very happy. So faculty does not have to answer them. But I don't believe in that. I believe that it's a mutual learning. We learn, they learn. We teach them, they learn. But we have lots of things to learn from them as well. And from their doubts, we will be thinking. We will think. And if we know the answer at that time, we will answer them. If we don't know the answer, we would say that we will look into the matter and we'll come back with the answer. And I have seen such faculties also who say this thing, that we'll look into the matter and we'll get back to you, and then they never get back to that, and they take a new concept, and the students will forget that they have ever asked the question, and the faculty will also utilize that as an excuse to escape. But I don't believe in that. I believe that teaching is a medium to teach as well as to learn from the students. Now, I had an experience in a few days back when I was teaching computer-aided engineering drawing. There is a chapter on isometric projection. Okay, in that, when you draw the projection, it's actually you draw a line at 30 degree to the right side, and you draw a line at 30 degree to the left side. There will be some grids, isometric grid sheets will be there. So the sheet will have so many lines like this. It will have lines in this inclined at 30 degree to in the left side as well as in the right side. So in that, I had to teach a concept that if we have a point here and we want to take a distance of 4 lines, these lines will not have a distance of 10 mm or a very good measurement in between them. The distance between the lines will be around 8.165 mm. So I had to teach them that we want to take 4 lines distance from here. So what I told them is, go to the nearest line, then from here take 4 lines distance, and then since you have already come forth this much distance, go back that much distance. So this will be, this distance between this point and this point will be 4 lines distance. So this is how I have been teaching, and there is nothing wrong with that, and it's very easy to draw. Otherwise, if you had to use ruler to draw it, you would have to measure the distance between these two. That would be 8.165, and you want 4 lines distance, so it would be into 4. You have to calculate using a calculator. Then you have to measure that in a scale, but that would be very difficult. Or it would not be difficult. It would, if you're measuring a lot of lines, if you're marking a lot of points, that would be cumbersome. So that's why I told them, no need to go for difficulties, just mark like this. But then one student, he asked me a doubt. He asked me, sir, if you want to take 4 lines distance, why do you do like this? Why do you take from here a 4 lines distance and come back this much distance? Instead of that, take a compass, measure this distance, and from here just draw an arc. That got me thinking. I said, well, what you said is very much right. And I did not hesitate to, appreciate him. And I have been teaching that method from that day onwards to all other students. Whenever I taught this method, I did not say the previous method. I used the method that student taught me. So this is a mutual practice.